Nkem, the unwanted child. In the heart of a serene African village, surrounded by lush greenery and rolling hills, a humble farmer named Dike lived a quiet, content life. Every morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, he would tend to his crops and livestock. He was known for his generous heart and deep connection to the land. One fateful morning, while working on his yam field, Dike heard the faint cries of a baby. He followed the sound to a nearby thicket, where he found an abandoned infant wrapped in a tattered cloth. The baby, a boy, looked up at him with wild, tear-filled eyes. Shocked but moved by compassion, Dike lifted the child and carried him home. The villagers were curious and concerned when they heard of Dike's discovery, but he silenced their doubt with a resolute declaration. "I may not have much," he said, "but I will raise this child with all the love I have." Dike named the boy Nkem, meaning mine. As the years passed, Nkem grew into a bright, kind-hearted child who brought joy to the farmer's modest home. The boy had a special way of making even the gloomiest days feel bright. Dike often joked that Nkem was his greatest harvest. However, Nkem's arrival also sparked whispers and rumors. Some believed the child was sent by the girls to bless Dike's life. Others speculated about the identity of the boy's parents and why they had abandoned him. Adaura's ambition began to pay off, and her business grew steadily. However, beneath her apparent success was a deep sense of emptiness. She often wondered about the child she had left behind. Guilt gnawed at her soul, but she silenced it with the belief that she had done what was necessary for her survival. Her fortunes took a turn when a charismatic man named Chuka entered her life. Chuka, a self-proclaimed spiritual advisor, claimed to have visions about her destiny. He convinced her that the success she sought would only come if she reunited with the child she had abandoned. Desperate for more wealth and recognition, Adaura clung to his words. As her business faced new challenges and competitors, Adaura became increasingly obsessed with finding her child. Chuka's word echoed in her mind: "You cannot truly prosper without the boy." This obsession drove her back to the village, where she learned that the child she had left for dead was now thriving under Dike's care. Adaura's life in the city, though marked by resilience and ambition, had also been shaped by loneliness, regrets, and an unrelenting hunger for success. Her desperation to reclaim Nkem was not born solely out of maternal love, but from the belief that it was the key to fulfilling her ambitions. This distorted sense of purpose ultimately led her down a dark and destructive path. One day, when Nkem was 10 years old, a well-dressed woman arrived in the village. She introduced herself as Adaura and claimed to be Nkem's biological mother. She said she had been young and desperate when she abandoned the boy, but has since learned through a spiritual revelation that she needed the boy back to survive in her life. "Dike," she pleaded, "I am his mother. I made a mistake, but I want to correct it. Please let me take him." Dike stood firm. "You left him to die, and I gave him life. Nkem is my son now, and I won't let you take him away." Adaura's pleas turned to threats, but Dike remained unyielding. Furious, she left the village, but her intentions grew darker. She sought the help of a group of men known for their unscrupulous deeds and plotted to get rid of Dike. Fortunately, one of the men, moved by guilt, secretly warned Dike of the plan. Dike, a man of wisdom, decided to outsmart them. He staged his death, spreading news that he had fallen ill and passed away suddenly. The village mourned, and Adaura believed her plan had succeeded. Returned to claim Nkem. However, as she prepared to take the boy, the local authorities, alerted by the man who had warned Dike, confronted her. Under questioning, she confessed to her plot, unaware that Dike was alive and listening. When Dike revealed himself, the village erupted in shock. Adaura was arrested and sentenced to life in prison for conspiracy to commit murder. Nkem, shaken but relieved, clung to Dike. "You are my father," he said, tears streaming down his face. "No one can take me away from you." Dike smiled and hugged the boy tightly. "And you are my son, Nkem, always." The farmer and his son continued their lives together, their bond stronger than ever. The villagers, inspired by Dike's courage and love, rallied around them, ensuring that no harm would ever come near their way again. In time, Nkem grew into a man of great wisdom and kindness, carrying forward the values his father had instilled in him. Dike's legacy lived on, proving that true family is not defined by blood, but by love and sacrifice.